Hey guys, Virgin Vinyl with you again today. Okay, death metal today. This has to be one of my all-time favorite death metal albums. If I was to make a top 10, this would surely be on it. And that is the mighty Dismember, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. This is a Nuclear Blast reissue, of course. I'd love to get my hands on an original pressing at some point. When I started this journey, of vinyl, buying vinyl and everything, the reason I started this channel was to document that journey from vinyl noob to full-blown vinyl junkie that I've become already. It was, like I said in the original video, it was more about having the actual physical product again. I got so sick of when I left my CDs behind in Australia, and for like 8 years I haven't had any physical media. And all my life I collected physical media. I had thousands of CDs. And I just missed having the physical product in my hands. And so when I decided to start collecting again, I thought I'll collect vinyl because it's something different. I felt like starting a CD collection from scratch again was too depressing, considering I'd spent so much money on fucking CDs over the years. So I thought, well, let's do vinyl this time. And also I was attracted to collecting vinyl because I think it's a better package. You get the proper sized artwork. It looks so cool. I don't know. There's something cool about vinyl, and since I started it and bought myself a record player and started buying records and playing the records, I realized how much I enjoyed the whole process. The whole putting a record on, sitting there, looking at the sleeve. It just reminds me of what it was like when I was much younger. When I used to go through my mum's record collection when I was a kid, and I sit there looking at the sleeves and listening to the music on her. She had a great sound system. And anyway, so like when I first, what I was saying in that original video was that was the thing that I loved so much. I didn't really care if it was a new pressing or an old pressing or this pressing from this, if it's rare or all of that stuff. But what I've started to notice is that in many cases, now I just counted my records about a week ago again, just to see what I'm up to now. I'm like up to 70 something. What was it, like 72 or 73, I think. And no, 76. And I realized that like the vast majority of those are now like secondhand. Many of them are old or original pressings. Maybe not original from the country of that band, but original as in the year that it was released. And I find, of course, myself naturally drawn to those albums, that there's something appealing about them that you don't get from the new released album, from the brand new record. Of course, with a brand new record, as long as it comes from the factory clean, you get a much cleaner sound and everything like that. But with the old records, the old pressings, they just seem to sound better, or I don't know, there's something about them. And it's also the fact that because they're old, they sort of carry with them all this history, all this mojo, all this sort of, there's like that little bit of magic that is music is sort of also contained in that historical element. I really like that, and it's a real buzz to find an original or an old pressing of a classic album that you loved, that you grew up with. And so hopefully at some point, even though I wouldn't have said this at the beginning of my journey, I wouldn't have cared that I would like to find an original pressing of this. I would, because there's something special about that first pressing. There's something about that history, about the fact that it's been out in the world for all those years and it's been played and loved. As long as it's looked after and in good condition, I would love to get a copy of it. But I'm also very happy to have this copy, which is great, from Nuclear Blast. You have here, you have the inner sleeve, of course, with the lyrics and the photo of the guys, recorded in Sunlight Studios in Sweden in 1991. There's the guys looking absolutely metal as fuck. Take note, new bands, metal bands. That's how you're supposed to look if you're fucking playing death metal. None of this fucking backwards cap fucking sports jersey bullshit. J-Dog from Hell's Headbangers is 100% correct about that. Actually, I don't really give a shit as long as the music's good. But you know, it's true that, like, if you're gonna do something, do it right, right? Here's the vinyl itself. I got like the colored vinyl. I think it's called cyan or something. That's this color. But you can see it's got the kind of black swirls through it. It's quite a nice sort of see-through vinyl there. I quite like that. All right. And with the sticker there, you can see it's got the album cover. I don't know what the original pressing looked like, if it had that. I really don't know anything about that because I had the CD, you know, but I don't know what, if the vinyl pressing looked like, had the stickers like that or anything like that. But this record is super duper important in my opinion, like when it comes to death metal, because this is one of the foundational albums of the Swedish death metal sound, along with Entombed and Grave. Those bands are like the sort of flag bearers of that genre and that style. And you know, I don't think, but apart, like I don't think you get much better versions of that style than Left Hand Path and Like an Ever Flowing Stream. And I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. I think everybody would agree with me who's into death metal, into Swedish death metal, you know, with very few exceptions. I think everybody would agree with me. There's the guys on the back. There you go, covered in blood. That's fucking death metal, baby. Upside down cross. I mean, this whole thing is an absolute banger. It's absolute perfection. When you've got songs like Override the Overture, which has got to be one of the greatest death metal tracks ever written. All of them, Soon to Be Dead, Bleed for Me, Dismembered, Skinner Alive, In Death's Sleep. Man, what a great album. What an absolutely great album. You do have, I think, on, from memory, my memory on these things is always pretty shit, but you have the leads on Override of the Overture are by David Blomqvist from no, sorry, what am I talking about here? Sorry, all of the leads on this album are done by Nick Anderson from Entombed, except for Override the Overture, which is by David Blomqvist. Yeah, awesome album, absolutely awesome album. And I think that if I can get that back in there, that would be good. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you more death metal stuff, and when I go to the States, I'm hoping to get my hands on a bit of, I'm going to put in an order with Hell's Headbangers to get a few more death metal records. I've got some more in my collection, which I'll show you. My other channel, which is pretty much dedicated to mostly death metal, this channel I wanted to show mostly my other love, which is, you know, jazz rock, fusion, and prog. These are have been as important or even more important to me than death metal, but death metal is right there. You know, those are the three big ones for me when it comes to music. That's where my heart lies. And you know, when it comes to death metal, doesn't get much better than this absolute classic right here. Anyway, guys, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think of Dismember in the comments. If you've got this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.